Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode. This is our second video of the new year.
Third
video of the new year. Third video of the new year.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Wow.
I think.
Is it?
I don't know.
But if you watching this in 2026, you know what I'm saying? Happy New Year, all that good stuff. If you haven't already watched our other episodes, because what are you doing? But I'm Nay.
And I'm Nola.
And this is Night Night with
Nay and Nola.
Okay, with our special guest, Dee Dee.
Hello. Y'all say hey.
Y'all better say hey. Say hi.
Oh.
But yes, no, Dee Dee.
Hi.
Tell us who you are. Introduce yourself.
Who am I? Okay, well, my name is Dee Dee, and I'd like to start that we kind of go way back, especially me and Shay, since middle school.
Period.
And then, of course, when I met you,
Yes.
it'll be you.
Yes.
So I have roots.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This ain't just an episode for me.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I graduated, and so I'm kind of living in our college town. And I'm working at a hospital for basically medical detox for drug abuse. That's basically what I got going on. I have 3 cats, and yeah, that's about it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, well, thank you for coming
No
on,
problem.
Dee Dee.
Thank you
We
for having
appreciate you for want to be a part of this episode.
I'm very
I think this is
excited.
gonna be a really, really good episode.
Me too.
Lot to unpack, but Nola, you want to start us off, love?
Sure.
Because you know I don't like to waste no time.
Okay, so as y'all know, this week's episode is called Home Ain't Always Healing. We got the iPad out. We like Dr. Phil today. We finna, get into it.
Right,
okay?
I got my phone.
So just a run through of what we're gonna be talking about today. Just like a, heads up for everybody. So this is gonna be a really truth, down to earth conversation between amongst us girls. Talking about any pain, misunderstanding that we may have had in our own homes and what a home means to us, because homes can look different between all 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not accusing anyone. We're not disregarding, disrespecting any of our upbringings, anyone that has come to it. It's really just conversation, because we all, or a lot of us, or some of us, may have gone through similar situations, and I think, it's a really good time to reflect on that. So without further ado, I'll start off with the first question of the day. Okay. So, Dee Dee, I'm gonna let you start off first.
Okay.
Since you're the guest or whatever, you can feel free, you know what I'm saying?
Birthday week too.
Oh,
Lord.
hello.
Like,
Okay. Happy birthday.
Right. Happy birthday.
Okay.
Period.
But when you hear the word home,
Mm.
what emotions come to you? And be truthful, honest,
Yes.
all that.
I feel like it's definitely complex. Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Definitely complex. I think bittersweet. I appreciate my home for what it was. I have noted where it could have been better and what could have been different for like the betterment of like my life and my well-being. But overall, I am grateful to have a home. I wasn't the most underprivileged. I wasn't the most privileged. I was right in the middle where it could have been worse. But I have my notes, and I feel like we all kind of do have our notes on how we're brought up. So yeah, what about you?
Oh, she brought it back.
She ready. She ready. I love it. Come on.
She brought it back to me.
She said, what about you?
Oh,
You better come
okay.
with it.
Oh Lord. Y'all know me. I have to go.
Hey, you notice how she's not in the middle this time.
No, quite. Because I was trying to mess up the order. Dang. Okay. For me, the goat. The goat. Sorry. Okay. For me, when it comes to a home and how that looks like, I think it's just everyone just supporting each other, everyone, upbringing, uplifting, and stuff like that. There has been times where, you feel not heard 100% of the times when you're, growing up. Especially, I don't know, I'm not gonna like say in a Black household because I don't know. But I would say for me, especially, it was like always know your place type of thing. And I would say that was the only thing that kind of separated me or kind of made me want to find or be ready to make my own home with myself, because I just felt like I just could not be heard 100% of the time, or I had to know my place as a child. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that right there was difficult. But I mean, as I'm getting older, I realized that like now I kind of have a place in my quote unquote home, because it was built between two other people, not myself. You know, I was the aftermath. Hello, but yeah, that's me, how I define home.
Yeah. I'm gonna say when I hear the word home, I think of just a soft place to land. You know, I think when it comes to having a home, it's like you just want to be able to kind of wind down and not be so tense when you're out there in the world. And I think with growing up, I definitely had that. With being raised with having two parents in the household, I think that was something that I was blessed to have. And then, you know, senior year, it kind of went downhill, you know, with my parents getting divorced and then me having to go to, you know, school. So not only did I leave, I don't want to say a broken home, but it was kind of like in a transition of that. So now going in between both my parents and trying to, you know, have the feeling to pick a side, if that makes sense. So that it was a lot of ups and downs, but I will say the continuation of having that soft place to land, and I think that's just something that I'll kind of and also piggyback off of what you guys said as well too, just like voicing opinions and stuff like that. Like my mom has always raised me and my brother to kind of know when to voice our opinion and know that that we do have a say-so. It's just how to approach it, you know what I'm saying? And when it comes to our elders and when it comes to people that are older, you know, older than us, wiser than us, in the family, it's kind of just like they're not willing to follow or like kind of like keep up with the world. So it's kind of like what they were brought up and what they value, they kind of always carry it, but it's kind of like things that they've been through. It's like I'm willing to listen and understand, but also you have to understand from my point of view as well too, and how like things can kind of teeter-totter. But like I say, it's always a respect, you know, always go respectfully about it. But I would say that for sure, just having a soft place to land, knowing that I can come home and kind of wind down, and not be judged, but kind of, you know, have those conversations for sure. So that's something I would definitely say.
Yeah.
For my definition of home.
Do you think, for any of y'all, do you think like that definition changed at all from being like younger you to like now?
Oh yeah.
Almost definitely.
Yeah. I feel like now that we are older and we have our independence, at least me, like living on my own financially, supporting myself, I love home. And home is excuse me. Home is safe and it's relaxing, and yeah, it's definitely a difference. I'm relieved at home. I feel like myself in my home, and of course I have my 3 cats. I'm gonna mention my cats every
We're gonna put a count on how many times she mentioned her cats throughout this episode.
And so yeah, now home is my favorite place to be.
Yeah, I mean, y'all already know I'm a homebody. I don't like going out. I like being within my 4 walls, being in my room. You know, that's just something that I've always been. My family will tell you, and I don't think it's gotten any different since I've gotten older, and still am, getting older. But obviously, yeah, like my definition has changed for sure. You know, growing up, like I said, like I'm like kind of ran down already of me growing up. Like I said, homebody, that would probably never change for me. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, because I feel like I'm not saying anything.
Dummy. Okay, go on with the next question underneath it.
Was there a moment you realized home didn't feel healing for you?
Who going?
Well, I don't think you did the last question.
Oh, okay.
We'll start us off.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Right, you didn't answer yourself. Good catch,
Y'all just like to listen. What is a struggle? Wait, did it feel healing for me? Okay. I would say.
No, the definition changed. You didn't answer that question.
Oh, I gotta answer that
Yes.
now?
I
I
would say we just move on.
I thought we were moving on too.
No, you gotta answer that question. We don't
Okay,
answer this.
the one before. Oh, okay. Did it change when I got over? Okay, let me answer that one first, y'all. Okay.
Questions on top of questions on top of questions.
It's gonna be long.
It's gonna be a long video.
Okay.
Stick with us, y'all.
Okay, sorry. Did it change when I got older? Yes. I would say it changed when I got older because of the simple fact that when I went to college, I immediately moved in by myself. And I immediately had my own apartment. And I immediately had like the responsibilities of everything. So then I would kind of like formed a home within myself and had a safe place within myself. And then it was kind of like after that, I'm not gonna say like I molded my friends or family that were around me. Well, mostly my friends, but like in a way, yeah. Like my friends kind of had something similar or like something that, you know, was, it felt like home. Like if I was by myself, I was home, and if I was with you, I was home. If that makes sense, guys.
Yeah.
But if that didn't feel right with me with friends, I am not gonna lie, I would not hang out with you because I would feel uncomfortable because I can't be myself. So I would say, yeah, I changed, but I changed within people and myself. Hello, clock it.
Okay.
Now the next question.
Now the next
Do I have to
question.
answer that one first?
Yes, was the moment you realized home didn't feel healing for you?
Okay. Home didn't feel healing for me. I would say, I would start with, home has always been supportive when it came to anything and everything I did throughout high school. I would say, I want to say it wasn't healing, but it was also a struggle because it was hard for some to understand that my dreams or my shift of careers or what I was doing, it wasn't necessarily the ideal for everyone. And I would say sometimes I feel like I wasn't heard at the time. I would say now I am, but at the time I wasn't because, you know, kind of wanted to like tear me into like go into a different direction or somehow still go into that direction. And I'm like adamant because I'm stubborn, y'all. If I put my mind on something, I'm not switching it. So someone keeps telling me, oh, do something. No, babe. And it just irritates me even more. So I feel like that was like the time when I was going into college was like the biggest transition because it wasn't even just family, it was friends that felt like family. And they were coming in and bringing in their 2 cents, which were affecting my family. And I've noticed that, and like, I can't stand outsiders, bro. You don't know the whole story.
Right.
So that's what irritated me. That's what messed up my home. You're next. I don't know why you're not yelling.
It's the yep, so we're going on.
We're going down the train.
All right.
Next segment, no, I'm kidding.
Let's see.
You forgot the question?
When it was different, I would say piggyback, you know.
No, oh yeah, when it did feel like...
Yeah, when it was
Yeah,
different.
when it was different. Healing.
Go ahead.
To piggyback off of what you said, like towards the point of college, that was like when it started to feel different, when I started to create my little home in the dorm rooms. And then, you know, just like did whatever I wanted, like ate cookies for dinner, slept in, had fun, etc., etc. Where's my protein? Where is my protein? And not even like super crazy things, but like, you know, don't fold my clothes. You know, things that were like so probably like end of the world growing up at home. You know, like I don't know why chores were so serious.
You know?
Yeah, like what's are you about to die?
Do the dishes before you go to bed.
Jesus Christ.
But I really.
Yeah. It was just creating my own home, like unlearning the rush and like the anger and like the tension. And yeah. So yeah.
I would say a moment when I realized that it changed, because I don't want to say it didn't feel healing, because I feel like
It always does.
it always does.
Yeah.
You know, there are always moments But no, it's fine. No, you're good. Because I'm like, I don't want to say it didn't feel healing. I think it's more just so of a shift, right? So I think when it came to the transition, with me being a senior in high school, I think the transition would, between the two different households. Because I didn't, like my half siblings, I was brought up differently from them. So I think it was just like kind of adjusting and, doing things. How old was I when I graduated? 18? Yeah, like because I actually had to think about it. Well, I'm just saying because like I was, making meals for myself. I was, working, and then you get hit with so many obstacles that you would think your parent wouldn't necessarily hit you with, and it's like, well, I'm only making X amount of dollars of a week, you know what I'm saying, like that. So I'm just like, I'm constantly working while on top of that going to school, while on top of that trying to find a college to apply to because you're also down my throat. So I think it's just like the pressure of wanting to do great, wanting to be great, trying to be accepted, but at the end of the day, I think it's just like I'm doing the best that I can, and if you can't accept that, then it's kind of just like, that's on you.
Right, you can't be everything.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think when I did leave for school, I found myself, but I was still at that of comparing myself to my siblings and trying to figure out like which career route should I go with, and if the career route that I did choose is not smart, then it's like, well, damn, like it's a lot of back and forth. So I think it's to that point of growing up too fast. I think that's when it kind of hits. I don't think I'm just speaking for myself, but when you have to take care of your siblings at a young age or anything like that in the home, it's kind of just like there's no point for me to even come back, because when kids do grow up, like 18, that's the age. It's like, oh, as soon as I turn 18, I'm out of here, and you never see them again. Yeah. So I think that's just that's for me. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the 18 part, because I think mine was mostly just because I'm not gonna lie, like I figured.
I'm like, please.
But I'm not gonna lie, like when I turned 18, I turned 18 before I graduated or after. Before, I don't know, y'all.
The way the birthday follows, I'm like,
I turned 18 before.
Yeah, but like during that time, and because COVID hit and it kind of messed up like a lot of like my aspirations and dreams, it kind of, and like I'm really close with my mom, like me and her like this, so that like she saw me like deteriorating and saw me just like being this funk and all this other stuff. I'm locked up, can't go nowhere already. So it's like when all that just transpires, basketball season, it was a high peak, and then now it just stopped, so after all that is going on and you don't have anything, that anger does come out, and you're like going conflict with your parents and stuff like that, and then you're like, bro, as soon as this pandemic lifts, I'm out of here. Yeah. Like, I'm gone. And that was like my mindset at the time. And I'm going into the next question, low-key. Because at first I was mad. At first I was irritated. I was done. I did not want to like be there no more, yada yada. I moved out. I got my apartment in Mount Pleasant, and then I immediately felt guilty, because I immediately felt like I shouldn't have done so much, or I shouldn't have felt the way I felt towards my mom, because she did, like, in hindsight, she did all that she could to like uplift me and everything else like that, and I was not having it, y'all. I was like, bro, like, get out my face, like, you trying to tell me to do chores for what? We ain't going nowhere. Like, it was like that whole situation. But yeah, no, like, really, like, if y'all under 18 or whatever the case may be, or even if you like now 23, 22, whatever the case may be, like, really look back when you was 18. Like, I know we all had that, I'm ready to get up out of here, but like, deep down, you tripping, babe. Like,
it's time to face that reality. We was tripping,
So it's like understanding like the right and the wrong. Like I know some people had different situations, and you know you don't really need to feel guilty. You know everyone's things are different, but I would say for me, I feel guilty to this day sometimes. But at the same time, like we like hashed that out, we talked about it, but yeah, no, I still feel guilty to this day sometimes when I think about it. I'm like, girl, you was doing too much.
Man. Yeah. No.
It's not that
yeah. I'll go next. I'll have you think more, Dee Dee. But I would say, yeah, there were moments where I felt guilty. I think like I think it was my second year at Central.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, still after that transition, it was a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? And family dynamics, you know, were very much different, and I acted a certain way towards my family, towards the people that supported me since I came out of my mother's womb, you know what I'm saying? So I think it came with that guilt, and yeah, my mama checked me. Yes, ma'am. Okay. She checked me real quick because it was kind of just like, because she told me that there's a certain light that I carry, and she hadn't seen it in a while. And you know, and sometimes you kind of do reflect on people that have always supported you, even sometimes when you don't realize it, but sometimes you do realize it, that these are the people that you fall back on no matter what, like you go to for anything and everything. And so even when I was acting out, they were still supporting me. And it's just that moment where, like you said, like sometimes you have to reflect and actually give them their flowers. Like, I want to appreciate, even though I don't say it a lot, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a little guilt that came behind that after that conversation that I had with my mom. And yeah, we cried, we did a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? But it's always good to reflect, you know what I'm saying? And I think that works into forgiving yourself as well too, because I think forgiveness is a big factor, because you cannot grow without forgiveness is a huge part of that. So if people have ever done you wrong, you know what I'm saying, parents included, because we have to, you know, they're people as well too, even though they brought us into this world, you know what I'm saying? Yes, honor your mother and your father, but if that's from a distance, let it be from a distance. You know, but you have to forgive them, you know, and move on. Not just for them, but for you. And that's something that I've been learning all week. So, most definitely. But yeah, that's me. Go ahead, Dee.
What is the question?
I knew she was gonna say it. Have you ever felt guilty about did you ever struggle with guilt after, you know?
After leaving?
Yes.
Or like feeling,
No.
you know, guilty.
She said no.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think so. No, I think when it was time for me to move on, it was the perfect time to do it. I was ready. And yeah, I was just, I remember hating being a child. I hated being told what to do. Like, I don't know. Someone would tell me to do something and I was like, this ain't for me. Like, wait till I grow up.
This ain't for me.
So now you good.
Yes. Being an adult has been my favorite stage of life so far.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm the
a
opposite.
child-free adult. Really?
I miss not having anything like to do, like just having no care in the world, like at all.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got the want a kid, you good in between.
In between.
Yeah. It's a spectrum.
It is.
Not quite.
Maybe I'll get out of it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, adult life.
If I do feel guilty about anything, it's that I don't visit home. I feel enough. I feel like my mommy's there, and I still love my mom. My mom is my closest relationship to my family, but I'm still close with my family. I'm practically an only child. I'm her only daughter. She's wanted a daughter. I'm her miracle baby. So we're locked in, and I don't know. Like, I'm stuck between, you know, wanting to like come home or return home to her, or like continue at a distance. Don't know what is the correct answer, because parents are aging. Everyone's aging.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like,
Life is short.
you never know the time of the day. I will say that for sure, but
I'm not quite finished here even in like Mount Pleasant, I would say.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know.
You
I'm-
first. You first. babe.
I'm a small town girl,
Oh, okay. Then that makes sense. I could.
but I do like a city. But I do love a small town.
Yeah, you were in the right place then.
I couldn't like settle down in a small town.
In
Well,
Mount
maybe I
Pleasant?
could. My dream is to small town right now, city it for a long time, and then like have children in another small town.
So you want to start in a hometown and finish in a hometown?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically, I started in a city.
Oh. What?
Detroit roots.
Okay, come on. 313 in the building. Let's do it.
And then I went to Mount Pleasant for college, and then now I'm there.
Now you stuck
Yeah.
for now.
Okay.
Anyways, what's next?
All right. So next segment is hitting on mostly just like the emotional impact and survival mode. So how do you think growing up in a non-healing home shapes the way someone shows up in relationships? I'm gonna let y'all take that.
Okay, hold
I
on.
don't know who's going first.
Let me think. Hold on.
Okay, you can go first.
Well, you keep thinking though.
I'm still I got nothing. She was taking a drink. Hold on.
I gotta lubricate.
I mean, like the way I think about the question, when you have somebody that say the ghost is wild.
I'm sorry.
No.
I can't with this.
That is hilarious. But no,
Bruh.
but I really do think when you have somebody that grew up in a non-healing home, I think relationships, you approach it differently only because trust, plays a huge factor.
Oh, and you can't do it.
You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
like if you grew up with how can you trust somebody that you are starting a relationship with if you can't even trust the people that brought raised
you
you,
in.
that brought you into this world?
I would say not even just trust, but I would also say like in a non-healing home, to me, I'm not saying I have one, but I would say what I would think if someone doesn't like support you
Mhm.
or doesn't show up for you, someone who is not as active communicative with you.
Mhm.
So when you get into a relationship, and that can go with like either boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever the case may be, like, or if it's like just your friends, like I feel like you would be the type of person where I would be so irritated with because I'm like girl or guy, like just tell me what's up, tell me how you feeling, or if I try to come to you, you're like standoffish.
Mhm.
So it's like, I don't know, I feel like someone who is not prepared to be in like a very healthy relationship, it kind of like has like this toxicity that they bring along and just negativity, and it's like that person, you just don't want to be around them for real.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd say like, I mean, it's a pretty like known fact. Like, I guess your attachment styles is based on like your parents and things like that. So how you grow up and how you communicate and how you love growing up, that's
Mhm.
going to reflect in your current relationship. Because you know how like hurt people hurt people,
Mhm.
or like abuse cycles. So it kind of relates to things like that. And then it could go on the opposite spectrum of being really healthy. Like growing up in a 2-parent home and like valuing relationships, like
Mhm.
valuing loyalty.
Mhm.
Instead of like dating around, so it can look different. I'm sure we all can piece together behavior in a relationship
Mhm.
that we can kind of like backtrack from our parents. Go ahead.
I was just about to say though, at the same time though, because I don't want to say like non-healing people can't get. Look, I'm not saying that, or like when it comes to like friends or just like as in, like in a real like partnership, for real, like with love. But I would say though, because I'm kind of in a way, it's like you see, and I don't want to say too much because I ain't gonna lie, they cooked up a really good topic. I picked that up earlier, so I'm not gonna say too much. But what I want to say is that if you seek what you don't want, and depending on how spiritual you are, or whatever the case may be, or not, or just like how the type of person you are, reflective, yada yada yada,
Right.
you want to change your life, cut off the generational curse and all that
Mhm.
type stuff. Yeah, Lord Jesus, can't talk. But I would say like for me, like I would say I kind of grew up in like a more sort of kind of traditional household a little bit, or like roles were kind of men are provider, and that's like kind of how it was preached and yada yada yada. But like for me nowadays, or just like even parenting styles, like when you see that as a child and you're like, oh, I don't want that because that might be not healing for me, or whatever the case may be, you might change that and like add that if you have that maturity level to where you're like, oh, I want to change that for myself. Because that's kind of like me. I want to change that. I'm probably not the most traditional gal, but yeah, I had to put that in there because
No,
you know,
that was
like
good.
that was kind of like me now, so I had to put that in there real quick.
No quite.
Oh, it's me too. My bad.
Oh, wait, you get that question.
Okay, so the next question for like the emotional impact is: do you feel like you were ever in survival mode, or even when things looked fine on the outside? Like, did you ever just like mask that energy, mask whatever, you know, hurt that you had, and what that looked like?
I feel like I'm forever doing that.
Yeah.
I think that, I don't know why. I think it's just more so just a defense mechanism because I do it to my family all the time. I'm trying to get out of it, but because if I'm presented with the situation, I want to do it I want to go through it by myself. And I was saying I was like basically raised to be independent, so raised to make my own money, not to rely on anybody, because believe it or not, like I never dated anybody, before or whatever like that. So it was just a thought process of, work pays off, and what you work for it, and it'll be rewarded to you, whatever like that. So I think it was just like the independence of that growing up, and then also too, because I see like the follow-ups, you got like hyper independence, people pleasing, and emotional like shutdown. I'm a huge people pleaser, and I'm trying to dim that down a little bit because people could take advantage of that. But I think that's just me growing up and watching like my mom be a giver, because she's a huge giver, you know what I'm saying. So it was just like teeter-tottering between both of those for sure.
I don't know why I flinched.
Scared of money.
I would say
Do you feel like you were ever in survival mode, even when things looked fine on the outside?
Yeah, I feel like speaking personally, and disclaimer, mental health. I could get the disclaimer out here. For me, I peaked in my depression. I peaked in college, but it started to really grow and fester, like my depression, my anxiety, all my other issues started to really start around like the age of like 16, 17. So I was like sophomore, junior year of high school. And I grew up in a family of like, if you're crying, I'll give you something to cry for. So like I didn't want to tell anybody what was going on. Like it just starting from there, like that should give you a hint of how not safe the space was for like emotional things. And so I didn't receive any help for my depression until I got later on into college. So in the beginning, when I was raw dogging it, it was really tough. And of course, I had to keep being a teenager, like prepping for like the SAT, and like trying to get into college and things like that. And also being riddled with like being 17, being a black girl in a PWI, 17. And so yeah, I would say that moment is when I would put on a strong face for like my family and my friends, but really just be so like internally lost all the time, riddled with despair.
I feel both of you lost for real. I think. Oh, I keep doing my bad. I feel like for mine is a mixture of both of y'all for real, because one, Didi, when you talk about just like being in a household of, I feel like my parents, one, they're military parents. They, grew up in the deep South. They grew up, with, my father grew up with segregation. My mom had a little bit of segregation when she grew up. So it wasn't, any, always good times, like you know, something happens, it wasn't crying. You know what I'm saying? It was, okay, what you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of how my parents had the mindset of, at first, you know, I was like, they don't care about me. You know what I'm saying? But no, it was tough because it was trying to navigate, you know, myself of trying, and I still am, and I'm terrible at it, which is crazy to talk about right now. But I'm terrible at opening up with my like feelings when it comes to my parents, or if I tell them, it's a little too late. Like I'm already on my breaking point. Mm-hmm. So I would say for sure when I'm in my survival mode, it's literally me, and I will tell my friends, or I will talk to God before I will tell my parents, because, and they always tell me, like, especially now, because I'm not home as much, it's don't let us be the last resort. And they like kind of, I guess, go backwards in a way, or kind of like now realize that, you know, she's not communicating, like something's going on. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate that a lot more now, and like even like going into, you know, really adulthood now, and my parents are now like checking up on me. It like, you know, it works out. But it was difficult being a teenager, and you're struggling with 3 different, you know, sports, and you don't know where you want to go, and then you also have puberty and all this other stuff. And I was a late spurt, guys. I didn't hit it till 18, so baby girl was struggling, and you know, it was tough. But even then, I was also going back what Nate was talking about with, you know, people pleasing, and you know, just hyper fixated on myself, like, and just trying to have that independence, because no matter what, my mom is a big like person of, you do it yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, do it before somebody else can do it before you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how she was. She is the oldest daughter, but she's not the oldest child. So for her, you know, they look up to her. Like, all her like sisters look up to her. And you know, it's kind of hard because that's a lot on a person, but she put that same thing on us. So even growing up, it was kind of like, okay, now I gotta do it because my mama did it.
Who or what became your safe place when home wasn't?
She got food at her mouth.
Why was it always me first?
Because you're the guest, I'll go first.
Okay, I'm gonna go first.
Okay, I would say forever and always, my family would be my safe place. No matter what may have happened, like, you know, you're always gonna have like your flaws, but yeah, no, my family will always be, especially my friends too, my close friends. I only got a few circles, you know what I'm saying? But within them, I find a safe place within them for sure. And then outside of just like that, I would say just spiritually, obviously, you know, the one and only, or first and foremost, go to him first. So that will always be there as well. And then I miss my baby, but I know he's with a different family right now, so it's fine. But Brian was also my safe place. He's my emotional dumb dog. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know, you know. But I'm still gonna get at you for breaking my stitch. But it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna go ahead. You want me to hold it for you?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I would say, yes, my family too. Always my friends. I feel like my friends were my first family. Or at least my first chosen family, my friends in high school, and then I started to grow as I got older. Mm-hmm. My girlfriend, of course, is my safe place, and then my 3 cats.
Awesome. Y'all are silly.
Did you get my 3rd mention? I'm like,
no, I know. The count will be up there. The count will be up there.
I was so proud.
I know you were.
I would kind of just piggyback off of what Nola said. Definitely family is safe, you know, my safe place, and my faith as well too. I think those are the kind of like the big 2. And I like to distance myself as well. I like to stay in my bed. So being one with myself is always, I always think of myself as a safe place as well too. yeah, and if it expands beyond that, my close friends as well, what I choose to tell them, you know what I'm saying? Like, definitely a safe space for me as well. And if that expands in the future, then it does. And if it doesn't, if it remains, then it remains. I'm okay with either. So, but most definitely, I think having a safe place outside of what you're comfortable with is always good because you can get different perspectives, especially if those are people that you trust. So yeah, I'm gonna just say that.
I see therapy's on there. Do you guys do therapy?
I do not.
I want to. I think
I
that's
do want to
something
give it a
that-
try though, but
I was
I
gonna
have
say,
not.
I'm in my second year. We had our second year anniversary.
How'd you start? Like how did you get into it?
Hitting rock bottom.
No. I'm talking about how'd you pick the therapist? Like how'd you?
Right, like
How'd you go about it?
Well, no, I really don't have much to give you. Like, I for real hit rock bottom during college. I went to Faust Hall, and I was like, yo.
Oh,
like,
it was a hall. Is that school?
yeah.
Oh.
My original one.
Okay,
Faust Hall, and
okay,
then,
okay.
And then so I started seeing the CMU counselor,
Mm-hmm.
and then she was like, you should do long term. I can't do this.
Oh.
she said,
She's just
you
a
got
regular.
lots
She's
of
just a
facts.
regular college
I'm just
counselor.
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
Alright.
And so she referred me to a place in Mount Pleasant.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, because like now like a few of my friends do therapy and I was thinking about doing it now just because of like, okay, I know y'all, I'm like a big person that'd be like, stop watching TikToks telling you what to do. But there was one that was talking about like eldest daughter syndrome and like not wanting to feel like a victim going into like 2026 and yada yada yada. And so that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try therapy. Like I just want to try it because I feel like I talk to myself a lot. Like if you know me, I talk to myself a lot. But I'm doing good by myself. But I feel like I would do better with someone, who's actually went to, college and got a
Right.
degree and specializes in things like that to help me figure out just like things that I can't,
It helps to have a
resolve.
different perspective.
yeah.
I will say that.
Because like, you know me, I always need at least like 10 different perspectives on a situation before I actually solidify something.
Right.
Because I'm quick at the mouth. So I need that. But yeah, no. I totally forgot that was on there. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your thoughts?
Try to take me? Yes or no?
I don't know. I think having to telling my business to a stranger, I feel like that
First
you never
hurdle.
really mind. People love to say, but that's your family. How do you navigate boundaries when the people hurting you are the ones who raised you?
Mm,
You want to start?
sure, I'll start. I think once you grow up and you get your independence, you start naturally setting your own boundaries, like your wants and what you won't allow in your life. Not even just like in relationships of like my man, he will do this but he won't do that. Just like my life will look like this and it won't look like that. My home will look like this and it won't look like that. And then so I don't know, like I did that for like all of the different areas of my life, and then I got to myself and I was like, this is how I will be treated and this is how I will not be treated. And so tone, choice of words, language is a huge thing for me. Like you can't just talk to me like any old way. Like I only have one mother and she don't even talk to me that crazy. So like I won't take it from anyone else. Like a teacher, a boss, a peer, or like nar. Like and I'll check it every time respectfully in different capacities. Like I'll have to there's different ways that you check that disrespect. If it comes from a working relationship, you obviously mold your approach differently so you can remain professional but still get your point across. And then you can cut loose if it's someone at a store, like so I have my ranges of how I want to advocate for myself. And so when it comes to family, it doesn't matter like what title or what relationship we have. Like now, especially now, I'm an adult and you are an adult. Like you cannot treat me like a child anymore. That's just not our relationship, and it won't ever be our relationship again. And so I require for you to treat me like an adult. And I hate being cut off. I hate when people cut me off. My family loves to cut me off. I don't know why. And yeah, just like language, tone, and like how you say it to me. And that's kind of where I stand on that. So I think my boundaries are set no matter what the relationship is.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think I'll just touch on what I said earlier about like if you have to love from a distance, then do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's healthy, for you. And I think obviously, like you said, like conversation, tone, and voice. Because at the end of the day, like you said, we're all adults here. There is a certain way that you need to be talking to me because I'm not a child.
Right.
But however, I will do my best to honor your respect and hear you out, and I expect that same in return as well too. So I think it's just like getting older and realizing like everybody's our people at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has feelings at the end of the day. So it's just knowing who you're talking to, going with that tone of voice and saying like, hey, this is my opinion. This is what I think, and if we can't find a common ground, then I've said my piece. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, no, you should never have regrets to anything. Like stand 10 toes down. If you think, you hold a certain standard, hold that standard, because that's how you go through life for sure. But yeah, I think the boundary that I've always had for myself was kind of just like voicing my opinion, and I'm getting into that. And understanding that I do have a say, and but yeah.
Oh, right. I was listening. Okay, I'm gonna start with you, Didi, first. When you went into talking about, tone and everything like that when it comes to people, and how they approach you, because I would say that is like the biggest one. And I feel like right now I'm in like kind of a transition because my family, a lot of them still see me as like the little girl. They still see me as a little shay, you know what I'm saying? So it's still hard for them, or maybe difficult for them to notice, okay, who is this woman in front of me, you know what I'm saying? And I had to keep reminding my parents, and of course I do it in a respectful manner of like, listen, you raised me right. You raised me the person that you did, and I hear you, I understand you. Even if, you're still just trying to, teach me, let me know how you feel, whatever the case may be. I still, take everything in. But at the same time, it's like, you gotta trust me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's one of the things with my family is like, it's like, you kind of need them to lean in more into that. If not, it kind of does distance me a little bit because it kind of irritates me because I'm like, y'all, we're getting ground. But of course, like, I'm still grateful for everything that they have done for me. But other outside of the family boundaries that I have put up is kind of the drama aspect of it all. I'm not a drama person. I don't, I'm not someone that likes to gossip. I'm not someone who likes to do all that. I like to be in my own little lane for real, and go out and just talk about food or whatever is on pop culture or whatever. So when, family, especially being, I would say, especially my mom's side, it's a lot of women, a lot of opinionated, strong-minded, intelligent women. So when you have that, it's hard because everyone wants to say so in your life. And I feel like that was like the biggest thing for me as I'm getting older is not taking a lot of that say so, I think you should, that's not good, you should go, like all that. I understand where you're coming from. I get where, you're at my age, but it's kind of like, understand you have to just be, cool, whatever your lane is, however you taught me, just know that you did a good job. Right. And I'm gonna, do my best in that. So I think that's my biggest one. And that doesn't even go with just like growing behind women that's in my family. It goes with the same as like my younger cousins or whatever the case may be. Like, I love y'all. I love you down. Y'all can tell me the drama at Thanksgiving and Christmas, but baby, I can't hear it 24/7. I can't hear it every day. I can't because there's just so much going on. So it's just like, just certain things with family. I'm here for you. I'm always going to be, your ride or die. I'm always going to support you with anything that you do. But I don't do the negativity or the drama because you kind of get consumed in that. and you kind of lose yourself in that, and it kind of affects your life, and you know, you kind of got to be selfish just a little bit, and that's something that I'm learning right now. So just be selfish, but still respectful at the same time. So this is gonna be the last question of this segment. Is, do you believe distance can be an act of love for yourself? I'll just start, and I'll just say yes, because I did it going into college. I love it now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm on winter break right now, and I'm craving my own bed in my apartment. I'm craving just like my own apartment, just doing whatever I want, because everyone knows I like my Hollywood showers. I like to blast music every day, all day. So not being able to do that right now, because everyone's like, we gotta go to bed at 3 a.m. Okay.
It's neat.
Right, I'm like, that's
Terrible.
Y'all don't know me. I stay up.
Terrible.
I am a night owl, so
I'm in bed like 9:30.
I'm in the bed probably like 4:30. Yeah.
Sorry. I believe, yes, distance can be an act of love. It can be an act of self-love. It can be an act of love for the partner. Distance does make the heart grow fonder. I do believe that. I believe sometimes it's important, or there are moments to be selfish. And if you have to run away for a bit, then do what you need to do.
Yeah. I believe distance can be an act of love, especially for yourself. Because I think when you do have your own space, like Nola said, you know, like, it's good to kind of get away. And I think I noticed that, like, even with my mom, when she got her own place, is kind of like, love being, love hanging around y'all, love hanging around the family, but I got to go, you know? And I think there's a time when you show up, and then you carry, you hold your time, and there will be light. He said, okay? And then there's a time where you just gotta remove yourself, you know what I'm saying? So I think distancing yourself is good, and I think it's healthy. Welcome back, Nola.
Hey.
You were missed, very much missed. But yeah, I do think it's just an act of self-love as well, to just kind of like, I just need to be at my own spot around, things that I love and I cherish. Like let's say, like, being able to blast music and not having to worry about anybody, going to bed at your own time. Take a shower whenever you want, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do believe distance can be an act of love, and I think it is healthy to an extent. So
I answered.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay. See, I stepped away from me. Okay. So now we're going into just breaking the cycle, So what does breaking generational patterns look like for you? If there is any generational patterns for you?
Yeah.
You go first.
I think, I'll go first. I think just continuing to have my small circle and friends, just people that I call basically just extended family for real, because I think having those certain type of people in my life on top of my family is very important. So I definitely want to continue that. Just breaking generational curses of procrastinating. I definitely want to break that, especially when it comes to me having a family. I want to have been broken that, because it runs deep in my family. I know sometimes, and we always, we acknowledge it, but it's just kind of like something that I do want to break for, like, my future kids and stuff like that. Like, I don't want my kids to get that from me, from their mama. Yeah, I think that's just maybe like the main, for sure. Just continuing to have my small circle, most definitely. Definitely want to break that, because not a lot of, like, my family, we don't really have like a lot of friends, you would say. I mean, it's just family, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, family's good, but you also want to have that extended family as well too, people that you hang out with on a day-to-day basis. And life is too short, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all I would probably say about that.
Beautiful. I think the curses that I'd want to break, I think, would be just connection. I'd want to connect to my child. And the reason why I say this, let me give some context. I grew up with a single mother, so her mind was constantly on making ends meet, so she wasn't very emotionally present for me. Didn't really show up to like my school things. She was working. It took forever for her to get to a parent-teacher conference because she was working, so I lost that emotional part of the relationship with my mother. She was a really good provider. She was able to make ends meet, but you know, she was also just like a woman that I lived with, you know, like when it came to it. And we didn't start bonding until, you know, I got into high school, in which I started to work, and so I was able to relieve some of that financial stress, beginning to buy my own things, and then also just being older, being able to have more conversations with her. But because of that strained emotional relationship that we did have, I didn't really find any comfort in her when I felt like I needed her the most. When I wanted to share things, when I was going through my depression, when I was experiencing my first heartbreak. Oh my god, I almost name dropped him. Oh my god.
A girl.
Please no name drop.
Nyjah, you would know.
I forgot about him.
I don't even know who he is,
but when I was going through that for the last time, and you know, it was just hard, and you know, I would have loved to come to have been able to go to my mom and get a different perspective as like another older woman who went through a relationship of that like situation. And I wasn't able to, and so now I feel like I'm very like closed off. I'm very like hard to open up with or open up to. And I don't know, no one ever asked me things growing up, so I got into the habit of not sharing. And so I want to, when I do have a child, I don't want them to think that I don't care about them or care about their feelings, because I'm not sharing mine or asking them about their feelings. So I'd like to break that one. Yeah, take some water.
Okay.
Take a
Oh,
swig.
that's cute though. I like that. I would say for me, it's not a lot of generational patterns. I feel like, I don't even know. It's kind of like, you know, conflicts between families or whatever. But I would want, one thing for me is to have an extended family. I'm a big family-oriented person. And if you know me, my friends are considered my family if you're really close to me. So even just that, I would love my kids to grow up where, you know, they're going over to their mom's side, but it's like everybody's from like the grandma to the great grandma to, you know, just like knowing everybody, knowing all their cousins, because it's something that I always wish that I had. Like some of my cousins though down south, like they know their great grandma, uncle, you know, all that type of stuff, but I didn't grow up like that, and I wish I did, because you know, when it comes to graduations or stuff like that, oh my god, I remember when you were such a child, and I'm looking like, I don't even know who you is, Miss Man, but hey, you know what I'm saying? So it's like stuff like that I wish I did. Even just being more connected, like even on my dad's side more, because we don't see them as much, and it's like, yes, I know because of distance, but like I'm glad that, you know, there's inner talks on both sides of doing, you know, family reunions and stuff like that, because like, you know, we were talking about this off camera earlier, but you know, family and time is like, you know, short. You never know, you know, what might happen, and you don't know your in. That was something that I always wanted to know, my heritage, knowing where I'm coming from. Like, you know, I grew up like on my mom's side, her mom was Native American and then African American from my granddaddy. So it's like, I wish I knew that part of the Native American side, but I don't necessarily, but like I still know I have it in me. So it's like, you know, I wish that I had that. And then another thing is kind of like going back into like relationships. Just like, I know my parents, they preach on this about me, but not trying to break the curse of like how they, you know, started out with their relationship with each other. Yes, it was beautiful. You know, they met 6 months. Another 6 months, they were planning a wedding, boom, bada, boom, that year they were married. You know what I'm saying? So it was beautiful, but at the same time, it came with other complications involved. And they always preached on me of not going into the same thing. So that's kind of like the biggest pressure on me is, sort of kind of, but is to not go in that same realm in a sense. Mm-hmm. So I would say those are like my biggest two, but overall, we gonna be fine. We gonna be doing it. You know what I'm saying?
So with breaking those generational patterns, or however you want to word it, how do you protect your future your peace, your children, your inner child when you didn't see healthy examples growing up?
For me, and I kind of talked about this in an earlier podcast, I kind of lost my inner child, but that was also because I lost myself in other relationships, which I told myself not to do when I was looking into relationships. So that was kind of a struggle for me, but it was kind of like noticing how happy I was when I was by myself. Like, I'm a very Disney, Marvel geek, like, I don't care. I will see Goofy at this big age until probably I'm 80. And it's just like being true to yourself and being unapologetic you. And that was like something that I had to learn. It's like being confident within myself that kind of like helped maneuver going forward. Yeah, you go.
I think I was ready too.
I know you was.
I think protecting my future kids, my inner child, my dreams. I think education is a big one. Just like, especially like child rearing education, and like how to parent and like gentle parenting, but also like different components of discipline, because I low-key believe in still whooping kids, and that's my cancel.
Like on the booty?
Hand, back of the hand. Not face for sure. That's
Listen, I grew up, my mama popped me with a comb in my mouth if I back talk. So
ma'am. Well, yeah.
I mean, I got everything. So
you know, so I mean, I don't know.
But I think education.
I mean, I may be up here and be like soap in the mouth, you know what I'm saying? But
I went to a Christian private school and I had soap in the mouth.
Oh,
you
I
bad.
was. Actually, I really wasn't. My grandma was the headmaster.
Oh, wow.
It was kind of great. I think education would help me protect my future. Just you know, like seeing studies and like knowing like, you know, research, and I'm a big science person, and like the practices of like, because even studies, and I know I'm not finishing a sentence right now, even studies that like screen time makes a child more aggressive, like, and that's like, okay, like I'll limit screen time, and just like using these different studies, these stories from other parents, like online articles, to kind of like making a mental like a frame of how I would raise my child.
And heavy on that screening. My kid ain't being no iPad kid. We going outside.
No.
We jumping jazz, hooping, doing
No,
something.
quite. No, quite.
I was basically an only child, so I just daydreamed. I daydreamed for play.
Yeah. I act. So my mom, you know, I was acting when I was a youngling. And I still do act, you know, every once in a while.
Yes.
You know, you may catch me doing a monologue in the mirror.
Yes.
But I would say for me, on how do I protect, you know, my future, my peace, my future children, my future family, you know, all that stuff. I really do think, kind of piggyback off of what Nola said, just kind of knowing who I am and knowing the path that I want to walk in and purpose that I want to fulfill. I think that's huge. Knowing who my people are, I feel like that's just protecting my peace and understanding my boundaries as a whole unit, and carrying what brought me up, and raising my kids in that as well too. Not being an iPad kid, I feel like, because we weren't iPad kids, so I think we was always outside. So I think just carrying that into my future family is important. Education is huge, but also it's not forced upon. You know what I'm saying? Because I know school is not for everybody. Like, people keep asking me if I'm going back to school. No, I will not be. I don't know if it's in God's plan or not, but me personally, school isn't for me. I am a working girl, you know what I'm saying? So I just think, like, when it comes to those tough conversations, you know, if my child's like, I don't want to go to college, it's kind of like, well, education is good, but if you don't want to do that, then we figure out another route. What do you want to work in? What do you want to do? What do you want to pursue, you know, as a career? Let's have that conversation. And I think also carrying that as well too, like having that connection with my child about you can share anything with me, and I'm going to tell you everything as well too. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything because that's what my mother does with me and my, me and my siblings. So I think that's very, very important, just being transparent. I think that's something that I want to carry into my family.
I want to end it on the affirmation or just like a reframing question. If you don't have an answer, that's fine. If you could rewrite the meaning of home today, what would it be?
Sorry.
I'm like, I burped too. We kind of did on the TikTok. But ask the question one more time.
Oh, y'all.
Go ahead.
Oh. Okay. Let me find it. Hold on. Okay. If you could rewrite the meaning of home today, what would it be?
Your warm, safe place. I feel like simply put, right?
Oh, sorry. I'll be very.
Your warm, safe place. Like I feel like if we were needed a definition for home now.
Yeah, I think I would just continue to, like what I said at the beginning, it just be a nice place to kind of like unwind and really, woosah. It's your safe, your safe place. It's your, you're safe within your four walls. So I think my definition remains the same than how it was like even at the start of this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I would say in the beginning, mine home ideally was always a big family or always like, a lot of people. But I feel like now mine would probably be just like one-on-one. Like it's just me, myself and I. It was Brown. It's fine. But it's just me, myself and I think it's fine. And also, yeah, very warm, very comforting, like a no judgment zone for sure. I mean, always it has been, but especially when you're by yourself, you're free to do everything and anything.
Because I feel like we're so performative in our life, like at least personally me, like my professional self is not my true self. And like, just like all these different people that I am towards other people. Being at home, you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
That's what's up.
That was it.
That was it. About 6 segments,
I'm
guys.
sorry. I wanted to get deep.
She wanted to get deep.
That was
because-
heavy.
Oh my god, okay, Didi, how was your first episode?
I really liked it.
Yeah?
I hope I'm back again.
Absolutely.
This was a heavy one, and like I would love if our next topics was something lighter. I think that'd be fun. But I'm glad that we did this one.
Yeah. Well, y'all, that's it.
Not quite.
That's all.
I hope y'all took some.
Hope you guys took something, learned something. You know what I'm saying?
Ate some.
Okay, because we definitely ate during this episode.
Yeah.
Best believe. But yeah, if you like this video, if you like what we talked about today, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and make sure you follow us on our social medias as well too, which will be tagged down below. Let us know your favorite sip from tonight's episode. You know what I'm saying? We always want to know you guys' feedback and all that stuff as well too. And we love y'all. And as always, same time next week.
Before we go there, hey y'all, I don't know if it's out there yet, but if y'all want to see our pretty faces all the time, y'all want to see us on the go, tap it on our iTunes and Spotify.
Oh yeah,
thank you.
Yes, we are on now. Oh my god, that's awesome too.
Yeah.
New year, hello.
Yeah.
So yeah, if y'all, y'all do get sick of our faces,
which
I'm pretty sure y'all probably don't. Weird. But we are also, like you said, on iTunes, Spotify, all that good stuff. So you can listen to us on the go. Because I know y'all be listening to podcasts in the morning and stuff like that. But let's grab our cup. Oh, y'all drunk. Y'all
we ain't got no more.
We ain't got no more.
You got a bottle.
Right. At this point. But, Nola, same time next week.
Same time next week.
Let's do it.